Peace and welcome. Today I want to talk about a few homebrew and hacks. Each of these are available right now, so if you like what you see, check the description for links to each game. But for now, let's get this started. First up, I want to talk about Castlevania: The Holy Relics, a hack of the original NES game. One change you will instantly notice is the ability to choose which stage you want to play. A lot like DuckTales, you get a list of stages and you can choose which order you want to play them in. There's a total of 5 stages to start, and each stage has their own boss. One of them was a little bit oddly familiar, but I don't know if it was done on purpose. After beating each stage, you'll receive a relic, and once you collect all of the relics, you'll unlock the 6th and final stage. When it comes to the music, you'll recognize some tunes. I think they did a good job with the track selection. This might actually be my new favorite Castlevania hack, and this is one you can play on real hardware, if you have something like an EverDrive. Up next we have Sonic and the Fallen Star. A homebrew for the PC. This is definitely too much for the Genesis or even the Sega CD to handle. It's widescreen, and look at all of those colors. It's not a perfect game. I'm not a fan of some of the boss fights. I actually think there's a bit too many when every stage ends with a boss fight. Sometimes there's a little bit too much on screen, and an enemy might blend in with the background, but that's not a huge issue. It's just a little annoying. And the audio cuts out sometimes. Just as I thought the game was taking a little bit long, it ended. So I think the length of the game is decent. In my first attempt, it took me about 1 hour and 45 minutes to beat the game. However, I did watch all of the cutscenes. And yes, there are cutscenes. One of the best parts of the game is the level design. I never questioned where I needed to go, and more importantly, they feel like a Sonic game. It has custom music, the Sonic series has plenty of good music, and with good variation. So they have some big shoes to fill, and I'm glad to say they did a good job. I even recognized a few of the popular samples. It's not the most difficult game, but it's Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't care about difficulty, I care about a fun game. And this is actually pretty good. Our next up is the Streets of Rage remake, a homebrew for PC. Another game that's too much for the console to handle, so you're limited to playing on the computer. This fan project was first started in 2003 and then released publicly in 2011. It doesn't use any code from the original game, all of the code is new. It's a massive game with all sorts of characters and new stages. There's a lot of little things that really make it stand out. Something even as small as the reflection in the window. You do have special moves, just wait for the bar to fill up and it fills up fast. After some stages, you can even choose which path you would like to take. There's all sorts of new things to experience, from weapons to stages to moves. The soundtrack is a remix of the original. 5 musicians were enrolled to help bring it to life. They put in some work. like the original Streets of Rage trilogy on the Genesis, then you'll love this. If Streets of Rage 4 didn't exist, I would say this is the best. However, that does, so this isn't. But it still remains one of the best homebrew games I have ever played. Next is The Legend of Zelda: Dungeons of Infinity. A roguelike game, meaning the dungeon changes with every new playthrough. You get one life to beat the game, and everything is randomized. It makes for a game with very high replay value. Once you start, it's actually quite addicting. You want to find a good dungeon layout with some good drops and some decent treasures. There's a total of 12 dungeons with 4 boss fights. A few of those stages are friendly, so you can go to the shop and buy some items for your journey. You're not limited to items you find in Link to the Past. There are plenty of new items and new weapons to play with. You don't even have to play as Link. I like to choose the Frog just because he reminds me of Frog from Chrono Trigger. As you can see, it's based on Link to the Past, however, it's a PC-only homebrew game. It's actually really fun, and I do recommend it. Our last up today is Mega Man Maker. A complete and very in-depth maker. This rivals Mario Maker. You can choose most items, enemies, and backgrounds from Mega Man 1 through 11, and this even includes the Game Boy game and Mega Man and Bass. There's also a bunch of bosses to choose from, however, I have to say there's no Elecman, which is a little bit disappointing. But you can choose the Elecman stage theme, so there's that. There's plenty of other bosses, so it's not really a deal breaker. There's so much that you can do, I could talk about this one all day. There's a ton of example levels to play, and there's also online levels too. The replay value of this game is through the roof. It's PC only, and like every game on our list today, it's 100% free. If you're a fan of the Mega Man series, I recommend you check this one out. If you're interested in playing any of these, check the description for the links. And if you have any homebrew games that you enjoy, please let us know. Even if it's not for a video, I'm always looking for fun games to play. And of course, last but never ever least, shout out to Golden Tier patrons: Bear Sona, Quantum X, MJJ, Shadow Juste, and FancyJ. I am ICC. Thanks for watching. Peace.